Okay, we have Ajay Agrawal with us, and he has been able to secure the rank 546 in his second attempt this year in civil services. So first of all, I would like to ask Ajay about his journey of his preparation in the last 2-3 years. How has been there?
So I started my preparation of this exam almost 2.5 years back. So in my first attempt, I could not do well, though I cleared PT, but means I could not clear. But the main reason why I could not do is because of lack of focus. So this is the one area which I would like all of you to focus. That is, we need to give a lot of attention to our preparation. When we have decided to do civil services, then you have to make sure that you are reading for the civil services. You have to give justice to the preparation. I was not able to give proper attention. I went on to do a job. I started a business and different kind of stuff. So that was one of the bottlenecks that I could not concentrate on my studies. So you have to make sure that once you have decided to do a civil service, then you are giving 100% attention towards it. And
secondly, as we all know that in this 3-stage examination, prelim examination is the most tough challenge, because if you do not qualify the prelims, writing means you will not be able to. So we have Ajay, and he has been able to score very good marks, 138 marks this year in the prelims. So we will ask him how he has been there for the prelims examination, please.
Prelims is the very first step, and the time you are reading appropriately for the PT examination, then I believe it gives you a lot of confidence for your mains examination as well. So for PT, the strategy should be not to read a lot. You do not have to go through many materials, but you have to understand the demand of the UPSC. That is, UPSC asks the question from very specific areas. So first of all, you need to sit and do an analysis on your own of the past year examination. You will be able to make a very thorough analysis that there are some very specific area. For example, in polity, most of the questions they come from parliament. Most of the questions they come from the recent whatever budget or economic survey or the schemes of the government. In geography, you have to concentrate on mapping. In culture, you have to concentrate on remembering few facts, because that is something which you can directly answer. You do not have to give a lot of analysis, because at times the questions are so difficult that whatever you read, you won't be able to answer. And sometimes the questions are so easy that once you have read, you will be able to answer. So your focus should be on first to grab all those questions which are easy to attempt by reading less, rather than reading a lot and then just creating some probability that you would be able to answer those remote questions. And another important thing is accuracy. So you have to make sure at the time of examination that you are not attempting a lot of questions just on the basis of some hypothetication, that आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैंने ऐसा कहीं पढ़ा था तो शायद ये क्वेश्चन ये आंसर होना चाहिए. तो आपको ये वाली स्ट्रैटेजी फॉलो नहीं करनी है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, यू जस्ट मार्क ऑल दोज पॉइंट्स जहाँ पे आपको थोड़ा भी कन्फ्यूजन है, एंड जस्ट पार्क देम फॉर द लास्ट हाफ एन आवर. So in the first 90 minutes, you have to make sure that आपको जितना आता है, आप जितने भी questions mark कर रहे हो, you are 100% sure that yes, ये सारे questions सही हैं. The time you are able to mark those 60-65 questions, I guess that's it. उसके बाद आपको ज़्यादा रिस्क लेने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. उसके बाद आप बिल्कुल कैलकुलेटेड रिस्क लो, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली आप जो है उस पर ज़्यादा फोकस करें, आप ज़्यादा फोकस से PT क्लियर कर पाओगे.
So we had very valuable input from Ajay that he attempted 76 questions in the prelims and only 4 questions went wrong. So accuracy plays a role, very important. And one conclusion from this input is that we do not need to attempt 90 questions in the prelims, because this year, despite one of the easiest paper in last 3 years, the cutoff for general category was only 107. So means we have to correct only 54 questions. After prelims, mains examination is the very important stage, and Ajay has been able to score 380 marks which is, I think, one of the very good marks this year. So we will like to know from him how he has approached the main stage of this civil service preparation.
Mains examination is something which is the strength of altogether the entire UPSC preparation. So for mains, I would say that first of all, you have to make a strategy. Strategy in the sense your own strategy. You should not be guided by what everybody in the market is saying, right? So you need to know what your strength is, and then you have to build on that strength. And after that, whatever you don't know, you give less time to it, because in those short span of 3.5 months, it is not possible to read a lot of things. So focus more on revision and focus more on your strength. Also, you have to give equal importance to all the subjects. A lot of us give a lot of time to paper 2 and paper 3, and at the end of the day we get the less marks in paper 2 and 3. So what is the point? In fact, this time the most scoring paper was paper 1, and also paper 4 the people had given a very less time to paper 4, and even though had been able to score very good marks. So the strategy should be maximize your potential on paper 1 and paper 4, so that you can build, so that you can get more marks therein. And paper 2 and paper 3, you just have to control your mind and control your heart. You do not have to lose yourself, because there is so much of material available, there is so much of information available, that everybody loses what to study, what not to study. So paper 2 and 3, you have to make sure that first of all you are completing your current affairs, and then you are reading some very basic materials, and that's it. Then you have to put a full stop, then you go to paper 1, paper 4, and even after that, if you have got some time left, then you improvise on your paper 2 and paper 3. Another important thing is that test series. So test series is something which is very crucial. It helps you to analyze your own mistakes before the UPSC does it. So make sure that you are writing a very good test series. And be very sincere to the test series. And also you can also go through the model answers of the different test series that are available in the market, because that gives you a number of questions. For example, in just 3 hours, what you will do is you will be able to hardly study a topic or two. But suppose you are taking some of the question paper, and in those 3 hours you are reading that paper, you will be able to cover almost 20 questions. So you will have at least some idea about different kind of questions. So it will increase your bandwidth. You will have a lot more information in less time, and accordingly you would be able to at least attempt the questions, if not write well in the final examination. So that is one of the strategy, I think, which has worked for me, which has improved, and because of which I have got decent marks in mains GH.
Okay, thank you, Ajay, that we have been able to get a very valuable guidance in terms of the mains examination. Candidates generally have a very difficulty that how much time to be given the self-study and how much time to be given to the guidance from the different coachings. So I would like to ask Ajay how the role of coaching has been very important for him to get success this year.
So there is a lot of speculation about coaching, that coaching are, somebody says that coachings are almost wasteful. Somebody says that they are they are useful. But I think it depends upon person to person. For someone who has already got a background in economics, obviously if you go to GS economics class, it would be all wasteful. So you have to first sit and do an analysis that what is your strength, which is the area where you need guidance. So coaching is nothing but a guidance. So instead of going to a place where they will teach you each and everything, it's better to first find out that what exactly you don't know, and accordingly join coaching module wise. So in that, I think Aspire IAS is one of a very good place. Ankit sir plays a very crucial role in guiding you what to study, what not to study. So joining, another important thing is the newspaper. So newspaper is the most important thing during the entire preparation, and this is the one place where one actually learns how to read the newspaper, how to make notes, and how to make the newspaper your strength instead of your weakness. So guidance does plays a very important role. Do make sure that you have at least one mentor who can guide you and who would be able to sail you through this examination.
So the role of coaching is of course less, and self-study is very important, but when we have guidance, that guidance should be very well targeted so that it will foster the objectivity in thinking. At last, I will request to Ajay to give some concluding remarks that will motivate the candidates and aspirants in the civil services to how to achieve the success.
So I think civil service examination is not only about your knowledge. It is not only the test of your knowledge, but it is test of your overall personality. It needs a lot of endurance. It tests your self-confidence throughout the examination preparation. So have faith in yourself. Until and unless you don't have faith in yourself, it is too difficult to clear this examination. So fear is always there. Everybody has got fear. You meet anybody and everybody who has cleared this examination. Nobody was 100% sure that they would be able to do it in their first go, or even in number of attempts. But still they had this faith more than fear. So this is what make a difference. You need to make sure that your faith is more than your fear, and you will sail through this examination. Thank you.